What's up, my people? Welcome back for another episode of Jersey Digs. Chris here. Hope you folks enjoy the watch today. Happy February. Figured to start off a new month, we should start off this episode with a new permission. This is a farm that PullTab and I have been really wanting to get permission to for about 2 years now. It's right next to the honey hole where we found a bunch of gold, silver coins, 1800s coppers, and we're assuming it's going to bleed off into this property because they used to own our honey hole and they sold it off to become a park. So we're hoping for the best over here. I'm expecting it to be a pretty muddy episode, but regardless, see you on the first dig. All right, everybody. Finally found my first signal of the day after about 40 minutes of walking. Nice 44, and according to my usual self, of course, I don't even have my finds bag, so no pinpointer. Making these digs pretty hard, but I look to have a nice coin here. And it looks like I have my first copper of 2025, I think. Looks like the fertilizer has really done a number on it. And I didn't record the VDI because it was jumping from a 47 to like a 22, but that's a copper coin. I'm gonna have to clean this up and see it. I don't know what it would be. I don't know if it's a large cent. Maybe a 2-cent piece. But I'll try to clean it up and get an ID for you folks. But that's a great first dig. I went over into those trees because my rules are always when you come to a really old property, find the oldest trees that are sitting in the middle of it and go detect around them. Usually there's some activity, but it's chock full of beer cans and random metals from the farm. So unfortunately in there isn't going to be too viable. My next step was going to be to come into these woods because there's a nice stream back here. And I'm trying to get into the minds of those that lived here all the way back when, and they would be taking this trail to go get water, do some fishing. A nice coin to start it off. Like I said, I'll try to clean it off, but I have a feeling I'm going to have a blank disc here. Let's see. So I'm not 100% sure, but if I do get a zoom on this and with the right light, you can see some level of a face facing off to the right, but I can't make out what that is. It doesn't look like it's going to be a matron head. It doesn't even look like it's going to be a 2-center. Definitely not. But unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get enough of an ID out here in the field, or unfortunately, even at home. I think the fertilizers have really done a number on this. But I'm going to take this as potentially the oldest copper I've ever found. So that's a pretty good win for the first dig of the day. So first copper on the day. Next dig. So before it gets too windy, let me say, pardon the wind. It is a very windy day. But I have a nice 42, 43 signal as my second signal here. I'm just spinning around that large set. And look at that, the coin just popped out. Don't even need my pinpointer. Well, let's see what we're working with for coin number 2. I think it's going to be a Weedy McWheat. Yeah, we got a weeder. In half decent shape, considering how much fertilizer is beating this field up. We have a 1914 Weedy McWheat as coin number 2 and signal number 2 of the day. I'm hoping this day is just coins, but I will say there's really not a lot of signals, so I can detect here. Everywhere else is basically like someone just had diarrhea all over this farm. I walking over here, I got covered in mud. I actually almost left before this video even started because I didn't think I was going to find anywhere to dig. But I think I'm going to make this the home for today, this little corner of this farm. And this farm goes way back. I think when me and PullTab were looking at it online, I think it was 60 acres total that we have to play with. And that doesn't even include the other half of it that I haven't even scratched the surface here yet. But 2 coins in, next dig. Okay, next signal on deck. It's a sketchy 30s tone, but I'm digging all of it here. Get this out without a dang pinpointer. Solid 32. It's out. Find number 3 of the day. It's going to be some aluminum foil. Soda can, folks. Can't write it up. Anyway, let's hope the next one's a little better. Next dig. So I'll tune you in while I'm in the woods and it's not so windy. Here's the creek in the woods that I was going to hopefully detect. And the creek, I wanted to come back and see how deep it was, and unfortunately, I think it's too deep for me to even wade around it, unfortunately. But it looks like there may have been evidence of some level of a bridge sitting in the underneath of that. I bet you back here there's probably something fun hiding, but unfortunately, that's a little too much overgrowth for me to be willing to dig through and get through. So I'm going to get back out to the field, right to where I found that copper. I looked at it again. Whatever it is, it's old. Next dig. Okay, next signal. Not too much coming out over here. I have a nice solid 51, and I have a feeling I'm staring at a modern quarter. So let's see if we can just get this thing out of the earth here. It's in one of these. It's in this guy. Tell you, no pinpointer, guys. Don't make the mistake I did. Let's see. All right, a little bit of modern today. Nice George. I'll take it. Much different than the last spot I was at. I'm not used to having to swing the old coil around so much to get to a signal, but at least the signals are promising when they are something. I don't know how much roaming around I'm going to do here. Like I said, it is muddy over here, and I am underprepared to say the least. The boots I have on, they're already pretty much destroyed and soaking wet, but I'm going to take some walks, see if anywhere else, is a little more promising as far as signals go. Next dig. Okay, next signal. And if only you folks can smell it over here. It smells terrible. It smells awful. Where are you? What are you, 45? Looks like I have a string. All right, well, a string with a rivet on it. Okay, that'll go in the fines pouch. Yeah, I'm getting into the real muddy zone. I'll try it for a little while more. What is this? It's like a bow of sorts. Anyway, I got a few more of me today. If this doesn't pan out for the rest of the week, because I gotta kind of pick and choose when I can get over here, I'll likely end up taking you back to one of the other permissions I have. Maybe the farm, the 1800s farm, where at least I know there's some spots where some more stuff has potential to come out. This area, like, I love coming to a new permission, but it's so fresh and new that all I want to do is kind of run around and explore and try areas, but I'm wasting a lot of my time doing that. But you got to do that in order to get to some signals. But a lot of acreage to cover. I'm hitting the points where I think make the most sense first, closest to where the house stood, and pretty much next to it, the other side of it, and behind it. So a few more digs. Hopefully a couple more things come out next. All right, everyone. New farm, same type of thing. A little more detected by me, and the only things keeping me company is that dead fox on the ground right there and that big old fat pile of crap. It smells absolutely wonderful over here. But I came over to a spot that I wanted to try a little bit, and it's a massive property. And I'm ringing 25. Just guessing where this is. Never again, folks. For the rest of the Jersey Digs channel's history, will I forget my pinpointer. Because what a pain is this. $26. It's probably going to be like a weird dot of like aluminum or lead would be my guess. My gosh, this is insufferable. We have this guy, lead blob. So that's how I'm going to start this part. Right next to the doo-doo and the dead fox. Next dig. Okay, nice deep 30s tone. And man, this temperature is dropping out here, folks. Now it's ringing a 40. Huh. You'll never guess it. I've been screwed. All right, next dig. See you there. Just spotted this guy sitting in on the surface, which gives me a hope that I'm getting onto an older spot here. Looks like I have myself a nice set of toe taps. Not too worn either, only used about a handful of times. I think I'm gonna stick around this area for a little while. I went off past the pile of doo-doo into some bushes, but it's impossible to detect. Unfortunately, it's all full of weeds and thorns, so I wasn't gonna waste my time going through there. I'm still under the impression that there's a swimming hole back there. 'Cause unfortunately, that area I think is going to be off limits until Mr. Farmer here chooses to give me a little space in it. I'm going to putz around over here, try to get a few more signals out. Next dig. Okay, sounds like I have myself a coin tone. Nice 46. How about this? If it's a coin in general, I'll be happy. Where are you, coin? Or hopefully, coin. Wow, this no pinpointer is a killer, folks. But it doesn't look like a coin, but it does. Yeah, I have myself a ring. Check that out. This is going to be an oldie. This is the second ring I've had from this permission. And this one's in nice shape. Wow. I really like it. Wow. Beautiful. I was not expecting a ring to come out of there, to be honest, folks. But that's definitely old school. Some nice designs on it. I wonder how old something like that's going to be. I'll have to check the inside for some markings, but I think I found myself a nice little old area here. Okay, definitely some markings on the inside. I think it says 18K in there, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to check it when I get home, but wow, beautiful one to add to the collection. I think this is, I'm pretty sure that's my first ring for 2025, and I'll accept it. Non-precious, of course, but what a beaut. I mean, according to the toe taps, you know, that would place it pretty much early 1800s, which the other one actually had a date in it of 1864, so, you know, hopefully this one's a little older than that, but gorgeous find, unexpected, awesome. I got a few more digs in me left. Gonna hope something nice comes out here, but it's a beautiful day, I can't complain. It's been 2 weeks of terrible weather, so I am just grateful that the ground's not frozen and I can get out here and dig some holes. Next dig. Shouldn't even turned you guys off. There was my ring right there and right next to it. I have a 46 that's touching a 47. It'd be great to start this February off with a few bucket listers, huh? I'm hoping for a barber. I know it's a terrible bucket lister to have, but I need myself a barber coin. Barber anything. But at a 45, unless it's very weathered, I'm gonna guess no. Where are you, coin? Just playing in the dirt, everybody. A grown man just playing in the dirt. And we have... Ah, shoot. So this frickin' place, it is known for these. It's these silvery looking discs that pretty much just are the bane of my existence here. That's the first one I found today, so I'm happy I only dug one, but there have been days here where Poltab and I have come and we dug like 9 of them out, and we'd see like the rim of it and be so excited, like, oh my gosh, we just found like a 2 real or something like that. But no, it's just an aluminum disc. Well, that was a lot of hope for nothing. Next dig. All right, folks. I think on this 41, I'm gonna call it a day. I'm cold. It's been a fun one, though. I think today is definitely deserving of some level of a wrap-up. I still need to try to identify that coin. Is it this one? No, it's not that one. I'm just gonna grab clumps until one beeps. This clump. No. This clump. Okay. In the clump. What is that? I think I have a coin. Maybe a button. Either way, I'm going to be a happy guy. Yeah, we have ourselves a nice little flat button to end the day. Little 1800s action, huh? Sorry, I'm trying to block you from the wind. We have a shank intact. Beautiful. Happy to have it. Oh, it's been a long one, but nonetheless, beautiful day. This wind is just ripping cold. You know, I'll probably spin around this for a little bit, but signals have been few and far between. A nice little ring was faked out on an aluminum disc, and I finished it with a button. I'm gonna go home, clean up my finds. See you at the wrap up, everyone. Okay, so right before the wrap up, I was walking back to the car, and the detecting gods have blessed me with a 43. So let's see what you'll be, 43. Will it be a gold doubloon? I don't know. Maybe another button? Is it in the clump? This is fruitless. And of course my detector's too far away. Bring this closer. No. No. Is it this? No. Oh, come on. Okay, it's in this cold clump of dirt. Oh, shoot, guys. It's gonna be a coin. I might not leave after this one, folks. Oh, what do I have? A nice, beautiful 2-center. Oh, man. My wife is gonna hate me if I stay for another hour, but I might have to stay. Yeah, check that out. I was not expecting a 2-center to come out. Not in the best shape, but this is my third 2-cent coin from this permission. I don't know why they're here, but boy am I happy they are. Looks like someone had some fun with it. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get a date off of this, but it looks like someone smacked it with a hammer or something. But sheesh, what a date for some old coins. I'm gonna have to spin around this for a little bit, finding the toe taps, the button, and now this. It would be a disservice to leave it for another day, right? Okay, so I'm gonna putz around for a little while more. 2-center in the bag, next dig. All right, so for real, this is gonna be the last one of the day, and it's a good sounding signal. 45 for the most part, with a bounce up to 47 from time to time. And regardless of what it is, those numbers are nice and high. Would love to include a silver in the mix today, but I'm feeling a wheat cent. I have a feeling it's gonna give me a wheat. I didn't find enough of those today. 45, and I see it, and I have a feeling, folks, it's gonna be, yet again, the glorious aluminum disc. Would anybody, I mean, that would fool the most professional of detectorists. You see that sit in the bottom of the plug. Talk about a heartbreaker. Every time. Anyway, they can't all be winners, but the winners I did have today were few and far between, and very nice finds. So I will accept wrap up coming your way. All right, everybody, I'm home and the finds are cleaned up, so you're now seeing the wrap up here. You're looking at about 4 hours total metal detecting. All in all, not too disappointed with the day. Definitely came across some great finds along with some not so great finds. So let's get right into it here. Started off my hunt at the new farm, new permission, and it was, in lack of a better word, overwhelming. There was so much acreage to cover and just not enough time for me to really get into that property. But I did manage to find a few goodies there. First find of the day was this find, and folks, I'm gonna need your help identifying this guy. I have been looking at this up and down, left and right, under every light possible. You can see there is a bust, and it looks to be facing to the right, which would place it to be an early on large cent. The backside, folks, there's nothing identifiable on there for me to go off of, unfortunately. But I am thinking it's a late 1700s, early 1800s style large cent. Anybody with an answer on this, it would be highly appreciated if you can leave that down in the comments below. I'm going to hope that this is my oldest copper coin to date, so pretty happy to add that one to the collection. Next thing that came out was this lovely wheat cent. I think in the video I said it was a 1914, but it is actually a 1911 wheat cent. In pretty good shape, considering it came from a farm field. After those finds, I found a quarter. Really not much else to write home about at that farm, so I chose to leave, and I am pretty glad I did, because the next few finds that came out, they definitely were a day maker in my book. All started off with these toe taps, giving me the idea that I was on an area of this farm that I haven't detected too well, and I'm glad I stuck around it. Next few things that came out were some old relics of the past. I forget the word of this now that, of course, that I'm making the wrap up, but some type of rivet of sorts, something to hold a strap in place, we'll say. Next came my well, not next actually. Next came my favorite find of the day is this ring. And in looking at it, I got a good look at the inside, and I'll show you a zoomed in photo of that interior there. It looks to be a date, and the date looks to say 1837. You tell me, it is my size, so I've been debating on refinishing and putting it on my own finger, but I don't know if that's bad luck to wear somebody else's ring, so this might just stay in the finds box for a little while more. Of course, we have my aluminum discs of disappointment here. These things are all over this farm, and I thought I got most of them out, but unfortunately I came across two more today, and man, they really get your hopes up. Real heartbreaker when you see them shining out of the side of the plug. And after that, my final find of the day was this 2-cent piece. And looking at the bottom there, the date is pretty hard to see, but I believe it said 1864 on there, which, you know, fits in line with everything else I found here on the board. And a few other things on this coin, so I'll show you. It looks to be a little smaller than my large cent that I have here. I did not find this today. I just brought it out to show you the example and size comparisons, and it's a little smaller than a quarter. So that's really all the information I can give you on that copper coin. Anything you can tell me about that coin, where it's from, if it's even American issued, US issued, I'd be happy to know your answers. But again, not a bad hunt. Definitely planning on revisiting that first permission probably at some point in the spring once things dry up there and I can actually walk around it without sinking 7 inches into the mud and slipping all over the place trying to dig holes. But outside of that, folks, great day. Thanks for tagging along. If you made it this far, please consider throwing a like on the video. It definitely helps me out and goes a long way for my channel. I'll see you on the next dig.